So welcome to the 2024 St. Paul String Quartet Competition Virtual Interviews. My name is Ray Shows, first violinist of the Artaria String Quartet and founder and administrator of this country's only competitive contest exclusively for string quartets. So this is our 19th year of competitions, and today I have the privilege of introducing the MERAVIGLIA Quartet from Chicago, and I hope you are all doing well, ladies. Would each of you tell your audiences your name, the instrument you play, and where you're currently going to school? And we'll start with Lucy.
Hi, my name is Lucy. I play the cello and I go to Whitefish Bay High School.
My name is Emily Chen. I play the violin and I currently go to Buffalo Grove High School.
Hi, I'm Elle and I play the violin. I currently go to Maine South High School.
Okay, and Lauren.
Hi, I'm Lauren and I play the violin and I go to Hoffman Estates High School.
Okay, now, how did each of you get introduced and interested in chamber music? And why don't we start with Elle this time?
Well, I've always been interested into chamber music because I think it's a really fun idea to be able to connect all your ideas with different people and be able to collaborate with people. And I mean, I've been doing chamber for quite a while, so I've learned to really enjoy it.
Where did you get started with it, Elle?
At Music Institute of Chicago.
Okay, so this is kind of your home away from home for the last few years at least. Emily, how did you get started in chamber music?
I also started chamber music at the Music Institute of Chicago, and I really like chamber music because there's a wide variety of repertoire, and also you get to cooperate with many different people, and it's just really fun.
Yeah, that's good. Your new friends. Lauren, what was your story?
I mean, I've known all of these people for such a long time, and I've started also at the Music Institute of Chicago, and I think it's just really fun to play with all my friends.
That's very nice to hear. And finally, Lucy.
So I'm actually from Wisconsin, so I started out at this summer camp at the Wisconsin Conservatory of Music, and I played in a string trio, and I had a really fun experience. And so after that, I actually joined the academy, and that's when I started doing more chamber music.
So I've got to ask this every year because it's so fascinating to me after 19 years of doing this, that there's been no duplication. What is the origin of your name?
Basically, we just were searching up Italian music terms, French music terms, and we narrowed it down to two. It was Aster, which means star, I believe, and Meraviglia, which means marvelous. So from those two, we collectively just agreed that Quartet Meraviglia just kind of represented what we think our quartet is.
Good. Well, hopefully I'll learn how to pronounce it by the end of this interview and not call you a different name. So Meraviglia is what you're calling yourself. Stupid. Okay, now let's talk about repertoire. Am I right that the coaches selected the repertoire for you? Okay.
We actually selected some of our repertoire. So two of the pieces. So it was the Puccini and then Finistera.
So tell me, how did you select those two? Lucy, how did your group come to those two particular selections?
So we actually found this video of this group from the academy a few years ago that played the Finalist string quartet, and we all looked at it and we were really intrigued by the grooviness and the excitement the piece held. So we decided that that would be our more contemporary piece.
And then how about the Puccini? What's the story there? Elle, tell me the story about the Puccini selection.
Yeah, so we all were kind of intrigued by Puccini as well because, I never realized that Puccini created this piece, and I've heard a lot of quartets play it, and we just overall thought that it would be such a great contrasting piece to the Finistera, and yeah.
Okay. Now, a quick question about your Haydn selection. It looks like you guys have chosen the Emperor Quartet final movement. How did that come about? Anybody?
Well, I mean, this is the only piece we didn't choose. This was our beginning piece, so our coach selected it for us.
Very nice. So your group started I'm assuming last fall, were put together as a group. And they selected Haydn quartets because that's obviously, at least for my competition, is a required element. What do you think of the compulsory work that I selected? What do you think of that? Anybody want to talk about it?
I really like how it's like everyone has a part in the piece, and it's not too like contemporary, or it's not too like traditional, but it's like in between.
Yeah. And you know, it's not a new piece. I mean, this is kind of an old piece, you know, it's been around since I think the 50s, the 1950s. Yeah, we're talking C.T. Perkinson, right? And so he was a young man when he wrote this. Not sure about his career, where he was going. I think he was 23 or something like that. So that's a piece that's almost 80 years old. It's like 75 years old already. So that's not contemporary. But like you said, it has certain elements of it. Lucy, what do you think of those elements that are attractive to so many people that when they hear this piece, they want to play it?
So for this piece, I really like the motif rhythm that's like repeated throughout the piece. It's very catchy, and I really like it.
All right, couple more questions. So, how would you ladies describe your group's rehearsal style? Elle, what do you think? I see your eyes going like this. What do you think about yours? Can you put it into words for the audience?
I think our rehearsal style has kind of like transformed into more like a collaborative thing. I feel like at first we kind of struggled with it a little bit, but then we like really learned how to like put every person's like thoughts and interpretations of the piece and like kind of work towards that more so.
Thanks, Elle. What about that, Lucy? Where do you take it from that line from Elle?
Yeah, I definitely agree with Elle. At the beginning of the year, we kind of started out like, I mean, we all have chamber experience, but we did like sometimes like I feel like we just like could have all put more ideas in, but now we've evolved to a point where like we're just like all comfortable with adding our interpretations to the piece and collaborating.
That's a good word. I think for success, quartets have to coalesce and into an idea versus compromising into an idea. I think really it's about coalescing and acknowledging that everybody in the room has good ideas, or they wouldn't be playing in that same quartet together. And that's what keeps a quartet together, is the ability to keep that thought that we all are trying to play a group's idea versus our own idea only. All right. Well, I only have one more question to ask you. You guys are blazing through these questions here. Is there anything else that you guys would like to share to the audience about who you are as a quartet? And is there a storyline with it? Is this even it doesn't have to be a funny storyline, but it can be, but just some sort of event or incident or experience that you'd like to share that tells us a little bit more about Meraviglia?
Yeah, so we've all like Elle, Lauren, and we have known each other for a really long time at the Music Institute. So when we were put in this quartet, it was easier to like communicate. And I also knew Lucy because we all talk with each other. It was just easier to like communicate, and then we could like talk about different things that usually like most people who are just like putting together, they can't really like take apart, in music.
Yeah. And like I've seen all of you guys during like competitions, and Lucy and I have also been in a group for 3 years now. We've been in a string quartet, a piano trio, and now a string quartet again. And so it's been really fun seeing our progression like through our music journeys together.